Peace and Black Power, family. It's the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson. Excuse me, Dr. Umar Ifatunde. I have a special message for my Chicagoland family. Special message for my Chicagoland family. As you all know, I'm scheduled to come to Chicago, God willing, 1 week from today, next Friday, September the 18th, which will be Dr. Umar's 10th anniversary since I made my initial debut in Chicago on September the 18th, 2010. We were initially going to be at a particular location that was arranged by a brother who contacted me. Allegedly, the business did not give him approval to host a book signing there. However, they allowed me to continue to promote and never once contacted me to tell me that the book signing could not be there, which I find rather odd. Nonetheless, I reached out to my favorite restaurant in the world in Chicago, and I asked them if we could do the book signing there, and they obliged. They agreed. And I told them that you're gonna get some haters. There's millions and millions of people who know me, who follow me, who love and support me, but there's also a small cadre of haters. Now, if you're not aware of the type of love and support that Dr. Umar gets around the world, then you will think that he has a lot of haters. And for small-minded people, I do have a lot of haters. But for big-minded people who understand the law of ratio, they understand that compared to the love, the hate is almost invisible or irrelevant. So I got a phone call from the good brother of the restaurant yesterday, and he told me that he has been receiving the same things that everybody else receives. The letters, the rumors, the lies, the false allegations, the character assassination phone calls, the character assassination emails. I told him this would happen, but at the same time, I told him that I'm used to it. The haters have been doing this for 5 years now, and I'm used to it. They do it to every college, every library, every university, every organization that ever invites me to speak anywhere. They try to intimidate them into forcing a cancellation. Despite the fact that these people don't even live in your state, they don't live in your city, they're not accomplished people, they're not successful people, they're failures in life. They're rogues and trolls who misrepresent themselves as being something other than what they are. With that being said, Chicago, I think that we may have to move the book signing yet again. Yet again. It is not a definite. I'm waiting to hear back from the elder, who I love and respect, at the restaurant, my favorite restaurant, but I don't want him to feel uncomfortable at the same time. So, those are 2 strikes. Third strike, or third chance. Hopefully we don't strike out Chicago, but I'm looking for another place. We have a potential site, okay, which has been a blessing, but I want Chicago to know that there's a chance that I may come to Chicago and pick up my books and just head to Detroit, because this is getting a little ridiculous at this point. With that being said, if you live in Chicago, Illinois, and you know of a Black-owned business or organization that has a space that does not need to be large, who would be willing to host Dr. Umar's book signing next Friday, September the 18th, from 2 p.m. until 8 p.m., please have them reach out. That's where we are now. Again, we may still have the book signing at Yasa's, but it's kind of up in the air right now. With that being said, I'm putting the call out to let Chicago know that if there is an opportunity for someone to step up and allow me to do next Friday's book release at their location from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., please reach out to me. I do not want to go through what I went through with the Barbershop. I don't want to go through that. Do not be reaching out if you don't have the confirmation from the place. I don't want nobody falsely accusing me of advertising them without permission, because that's a goddamn lie. Nobody advertised nobody without permission. And if you had a problem with it, you could have called me or texted me instead of letting me continuously share the flyer. So brothers and sisters, if you do know of somebody, a restaurant, church, organization, we don't need a lot of space. Folks are going to line up, get their book signed, take their picture, ask a question, and keep it moving. That's all we're doing. That is all we're doing, is a book release. I do have an idea of possibly going to Gary, Indiana, which is only 45 minutes from Chicago. I thought about taking the book release to Gary, Indiana, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And the reason I don't want to do that is because it was Chicago that gave birth to my international movement. It was Chicago that invited me there on September the 18th of 2010, when I wasn't very well known, although I had been doing the work all of my adult life. And I did the interview there on public access television, the Psychoacademic War Against Black Boys interview. And that's what shot me to the top of Black consciousness, where I've been ever since. Number one. I don't know what number two is, because I've never been number two. Number one. Every continent, number one. So I want to do it in Chicago. I want to do it in Chicago. So if I have to, I will just come to Chicago, do a meditation, because I'm still coming to do my meditation, because it's very significant in my life what happened on September the 18th of 2010 in Chicago, and I don't consider it to be a coincidence. So I'm still coming to do my meditation. I still got to pick up my books. My printer is in Chicago. I still got to come to Chicago to get the books. I'm just hoping we can do the book signing in Chicago. So if you know of anyone who's willing to host the book signing in Chicago on Friday, September the 18th from 2 to 8, please have them reach out. 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858. It cannot be a school unless it's independent. It cannot be a publicly funded institution. Let me repeat this. It cannot be a publicly funded institution, because what the trolls are doing is they're telling them that I hate gay people and I hate white people and I want to harm police. This is what they're telling them. And our people do not do research. An allegation is enough for us to believe it. It's rooted in our Willie Lynch self-hate. All you have to do is say something negative and we believe it. We don't need any proof about negativity. Now, if you're doing something positive, we need a whole bunch of proof, right? You can raise money and buy 2 schools, and you can walk through the schools and show them the schools, and they can contact the state and find out that you own the schools. Your name is on it, legal paperwork, but that's not enough. They need more proof than just that. If it's positive. If it's negative, they don't need any proof. The book signing needs to be at a private. It cannot be a charter school. It cannot be a public school. It cannot be nothing like that. It can be a church. Churches are good. Churches are good. It can be at a church. Okay. A black business, restaurant, barbershop, any type. Long as we got enough space to do our signing, we are good. It'd be nice to do a 30-minute talk and do questions and answers with maybe 50 people at some point during that 6-hour time from 2 to 8 next Friday. I don't want it to be at I don't want it to be at an ideologically. I don't want it to be at an organization whose ideology I don't really agree with, out of respect for them. But I just wanted to put that out, because if I end up not doing the book signing in Chicago, I don't want nobody saying if they knew, they could have made a move, they could have made a call, they could have made something happen. I'm letting you know now, because we got a week to go. So if I end up having to come to Chicago, grab the books, and just drive off to Detroit for Saturday's Detroit Festival and have my first book release there, I'll do that. But my my Detroit debut, my 10-year Detroit, Michigan debut anniversary isn't for another 2 years. My Detroit 10-year anniversary isn't for another 2 years. My Detroit 10-year anniversary isn't for another 2 years. This is Chicago. This is all about Chicago. And so I'm hoping we can make it happen in Chicago. Okay? With that, what is there to talk about today? Today is the anniversary of when I began my career as a certified school psychologist, which began with the School District of Philadelphia 19 years ago. I did my internship 20 years ago, but officially as a state certified school psychologist, today is the anniversary of that 19 years. I've been a certified school psychologist now for a little more than 19 years. And so I'm just reflecting on my 19-year career. Okay. Let's see what Greg Martin talking about. Greg Martin, where you at? Going once? Greg Martin going twice? Taking too long. Go ahead and tap in. I'm going to take a few questions. Tap in. Let me say this, though. Wherever we do the book signing in Chicago, that organization has to be able to resist the hate that the trolls are going to bring to them. They're going to call you. They're going to email you. They're going to harass you. They're going to threaten you. They're going to call the city, but you're not doing anything wrong. We're not breaking any laws. As Black people, we have to stop being so damn weak. We have to stop being so damn weak that somebody can say something negative and we get scared and run. Investigate it. Just because they said it don't make it true, brothers and sisters. We are so damn weak. But let's see what we got here.